Hello everyone, welcome to today's lesson, and our title today is Dog Catching Ketchup. Let's move on to language focus. 1번. Contrary to what people in Italy think, we don't put it on our pasta. Okay, so as you can see, I have highlighted contrary to what somebody think or thinks. Okay, so when do we use this? We use contrary to what somebody thinks to point out and correct an inaccurate idea. So contrary to what somebody thinks, 누군가가 생각하는 것과 반대로 정확하지 않은 생각, 의견을 집어줄 때 쓰는 표현. So if we look at our first example, contrary to what our neighbor downstairs thinks, we do try to be quiet. 아래층에 사는 주민들의 생각과 반대로 우리 조용하려고 한다. So, though he thinks we're not trying to be quiet, we do try to be quiet, is basically what we're saying. Contrary to what our neighbor thinks. Opposite to what our neighbor thinks. Or contrary to what my parents think, I'm not trying to disappoint them. 우리 부모님의 생각과 반대로 나는 실망 안 시켜라고 노력하고 있다. So, though my parents think I'm trying to disappoint them, the reality is I'm not trying to disappoint them, which is a good thing. So, yes, that is something that parents sometimes feel, but, contrary to what they think, most kids try not to disappoint their parents. Okay, let's move on to 2번 now. And of course, it doesn't belong in desserts. There's a ketchup-flavored ice cream out there, but let's not think about that. Okay, so as we can see, I've highlighted the word belong. Now, use belong with a preposition to express that somewhere is or isn't an appropriate place for something. So what do I mean by that? So when I use belong plus 전치사. 무언가가 어디에 있어도 마땅한 or 마땅하지 않은 적합한 장소에 어울린다. So doesn't or it does belong in the appropriate place. So, example, I must insist that pineapple does not belong on pizza. 파인애플은 피자랑 어울리지 않다고 강력하게 주장하고 싶다. Okay? So, there's this big debate that there's always been with pizza. Pineapple on pizza, pineapple with not on pizza. Personally, I love pineapple on pizza. Orcas belong in the ocean, not in water parks. 봄고래는 워터파크가 아닌 바다에 있어야 한다. So, that's where they should be, basically. Alright, now let's move on to the language focus quiz. 1번. Contrary to what most people think. Okay, so remember contrary. We use contrary to what somebody thinks to point out and correct an inaccurate idea. So contrary to what somebody thinks, 누군가가 생각하는 것과 반대로 정확하지 않은 생각, 의견을 집어줄 때 쓰는 표현이에요. Okay, so if we scroll back down, contrary to what most people think, most spiders are harmless. So, 많은 사람들이 생각하는 것과 반대로 고민은 무해하다. They're not always harmful. 2번. Contrary to what thinks, contrary to what she thinks, she is more talented than anyone else. 그녀가 생각하는 것과 반대로 그녀는 그 누구보다 재능이 많다. So she's actually more talented than she thinks. Alright. 3번. Mayonnaise belongs on but not on So remember, to belong, we use belong with a preposition to express that somewhere is or isn't an appropriate place. So belong plus 전치사, right? 무언가가 어디에 있어도 마땅한 or 마땅하지 않는 적합한 장소에 어울린다. So mayonnaise belongs on, let's say, salad, but not on ice cream. So 마요네즈는 샐러드랑 어울리지만 아이스크림에는 어울리지 않는다. Of course. And 4번. In my opinion, belongs in jail. In my opinion, let's just say David belongs in jail. 내 생각에는 데이비드는 감옥에 있어야 마땅하다. Alright, now let's look at the further discussion. 1번. Why do you think Chicagoans are so strongly against putting ketchup on their hot dog? I've never been to Chicago, but 시카고 사람들은 왜 핫도그에 케첩을 부르는 것을 강력하게 반대하는 것 같습니까? There is such thing as a Chicago-style hot dog. This is something I learned on YouTube recently, and it's with a pickle, also tomato and lettuce, I believe, and no condiments. I think that is not really my style. I would rather have tomato sauce or ketchup and mustard on my hot dog than salad on my hot dog. I mean, to be honest with you, I love, chicken salad sandwiches. I love Subway. I had Subway for lunch today. But I don't know why they're strongly against it. Maybe Chicagoans are just not ketchup lovers. I'm not too sure. You'll have to ask a Chicagoan. But for me, I don't mind it. I think it goes well with hot dogs. But I don't think it goes well with Korean-style hot dogs where you first roll it in sugar and then you put ketchup and mustard on it. I don't understand that, but Koreans love that sweet and salty taste. 2번. Do you know anybody who is a purist regarding food or beverages? 음식 또는 음료에 관해서 순수주의 자를 아십니까? 아세요? No, not really. I do know people who believe in who are purists in regards to like medicine. So they only will take traditional Korean medicine. They won't think about taking any of the modern day medicine. In regards to food, not really. I do think that there are people like that. A lot of vegans, maybe, a lot of vegetarians would think in this way. I don't actually know any vegetarians, strangely enough. And I know that vegetarianism is becoming more popular. But it's quite interesting that I don't really know anyone who's vegetarian. Which is fine with me because I love meat. But then again, there's some great vegetarian options out there. But yeah, I don't know what kind of person is a purist beverage. Like maybe like veggie juice, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, that wraps it up for today's class, and I'll see you on the next class.
Savory.
Savory.
Kick out.
Kick out.
Ingest.
Ingest.
Forgo.
Forgo.
Purist.
Purist.
See red.
See red.